Tim Davie and Deborah Turness, head executives at the BBC, have resigned. The Lovies are saying it's old Donald Trump. The rest of us are saying no, it's because your news is institutionally biased and not impartial. We say a very good morning to a lady who's fought a campaign for a long time, Rebecca Ryan, campaign director for Defund the BBC, with a spring in her step and a smile on her face. Rebecca, good morning. How are you?
Jeremy, great show this morning.
Thank you. What's your response to this news overnight, apart from, like me, you're grinning from ear to ear?
I mean, the thing is with these two resigning, it's not an indication of accountability. This is just an indication of institutional collapse. The BBC is in an absolute mess. And they're just hoping that by throwing sort of some red meat, that people will calm down and go, oh, OK, that's enough. But no, the BBC has shown itself to be a propaganda unit, essentially. You know, it's been splicing together bits of footage to tell a story against, interfering in the democratic process of our closest ally. This is an absolute outrage. And then, we've seen, they've been anti-women, they are anti-Israel, they are the sort of, it's been shown that they are picking these sort of dinner party conversations of the sort of metropolitan elite, and they're pushing this agenda through. And they've got themselves in an absolute tangle of all this wokeism that they have been trying to push and force on people. And the thing that really frustrates people is that it's British people who are forced to pay for this. If they watch any kind of live broadcast TV at all or BBC iPlayer, they're being bullied into paying the BBC to carry this out. And that's just not acceptable. I couldn't agree more. And a couple of politicians have made the point that there are good sports programmes, good dramas, Strictly Traitors. It is the BBC News, it's BBC Verified, it's BBC Arabic, the BBC Asian Network. The fact of the matter is they admit today to deceptive editing. I think you're right, I don't think Davie and Turness are enough. I think this needs to go higher, and I think there need to be prosecutions. And of course, you'll agree with this, the Lovies who will protect themselves will say this is all Donald Trump. Yeah, sure, he probably has had an impact, but at the end of the day, the BBC, the British people, I would suspect in a majority, are fed up to the back teeth that the BBC is not on a level playing field with everybody else, proving through the quality of their output that we want to subscribe. They get this figure, thank you, Christian. The total income the BBC received last year was £5.39 billion. That's a quarter of Rachel Thieves's black hole, for God's sake. And what do they do with that? Justify their own existence. I haven't got long, but do you think they should be defunded, Catherine? Rebecca, yes, absolutely.
Thank you, Rebecca. Yes, well done, Jez. It's an early day. Yes, there we go. Good.
Of course, if they should be defunded, and it should be voluntary for people to pay for the BBC. And the BBC are always saying, how essential they are and how much of a great readership, viewership and readership they have, and a global soft power. In that case, let them pay for it. If those people want to watch it and want to listen to this wokeism and have this agenda pushed down their throats, then let them pay for it. But the rest of us who don't want to watch the BBC but like watching live sport, for example, then they shouldn't have to pay the BBC. There needs to be accountability, and these two people resigning isn't going to, deliver any kind of accountability. Nobody thinks it is. And so the government, and we don't have much faith that this government's going to do anything about it, because we can see the mess that Lisa Nandy herself is in. It's just disaster after disaster for both the BBC and the Labour government. But certainly some government coming up soon needs to get rid of the licence fee.
Rebecca, I'm very sorry for calling you Catherine. Thank you so much indeed. Rebecca Ryan, Defund the BBC.